Could you hypnotize me to murder someone?
Absolutely.
And how long would that take?
40 minutes. If I can change...
Deeper and deeper. The next time you open your eyes, your name is gone
What's
from
Andy?
your mind.
Yeah. 3, 2, sleep. Relax, way. Hi, Jennifer. 3, 2. Relax, way back.
This rapper is hypnotizing you through his music.
You were talking about how Uzi was satanic.
One, rap influences is influential. Rap is like the number one influential thing in the world.
Think of the big bells that used to be all over the world, but they destroyed all of them after World War II.
There was a man in the Dominican Republic in the woods praying, and all of a sudden a whole group of angels appeared.
There has been a lot of controversy when it comes to my faith. Look, I'm not dissing anyone's faith or their religion or what they believe in. What I, tell you is my experiences, what has helped me through my hauntings. Some of you practice the occults, and that has helped you. With the salt, with the Ouija board, tarot cards, crystals, you believe in that strongly, and you're not affected. I know the difference between black witches and white witches, the white energy and the dark energy. I just don't participate in any of those energies. To each their own. Much love and respect to all of y'all. After all, we're all in this together. My focus with this channel is to combat those entities, those principalities, and not to teach, but to spread awareness of these things that are happening, and that fear is the last thing that should come across our minds. We live in this world together. We shouldn't be hating on each other, and we need to be aware of these spiritual forces that are at play. And for my Wiccans out there and warlocks, you can attest that these things are real, and I'm curious to know, what your practices are when it comes to warding off these evil spirits. And I know you guys have high frequencies, because you wouldn't be practicing the Wiccan or the warlock or becoming a warlock unless you had a high frequency, because you're in tune to the spirits, but you just have different beliefs, and that's okay. I've had many friends, relatives, who are not of the Christian faith. They're Muslims, they're Hindus, they're Catholics, they're atheists, and I also have friends who are Wiccans. Just because we come from different backgrounds and cultures doesn't mean that we are against each other. The principalities and spirits, that's what they want, is for us to come against each other and hate. But healthy conversation and dialogue helps us to grow as a community and a society. All right, we're about to dive into hypnosis. Now, I strongly do not agree with hypnosis. I don't like being under anyone's control. How many of you seen Get Out? These, with that dude, when that lady was doing that thing with the cup and he fell in this deep trance. These things, when you do these hypnotic or these hypnosis, to cure either a traumatic event or you're trying to understand, the pains of the past, I recommend you do this by yourself. Dive into those pains and, become aware of it. I don't recommend hypnosis, because that person who's hypnotizing you has complete power over you, and they could drive other spirits within you. I know that's far-fetched, but let's dive into some hypnosis and let me know your thoughts.
And sleep. Deeper and deeper. The next time you open your eyes, your name is gone from your mind. That's right. 1, 2, 3, opening your eyes. Really good. How do you feel?
Good.
Yeah, good. Nice, nice. I forgot, but what's your name? You're good. Sleep deeper and deeper. So now I want you to imagine now your most confident self coming. So confident, and you lock it in place. 5, opening your eyes. Feeling fucking brand new. Amazing. Yeah. How do you feel?
Amazing.
Yeah, feeling amazing. Yeah, feeling good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can have a hug. Yeah. Oh. Awesome. You're awesome. You're fucking awesome. Yeah. Good job. Good job.
David, but what's your name?
Oh, yeah, what's her name? Oh, you remember your name? No? Yeah, what's your name? No. Huh? No? No? Still not? It will come back when... It will come back whenever you want. Whenever you... Do you want it now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll write it on your hand. Maybe it's easier. Okay, grab. Because I put it here, you're probably looking here in your mind. So... I put a little heart. Yeah?
Lord.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah!
Hurt like this. Only love can hurt like this. Must have been a deadly kiss. Only love can hurt like this. Only love can hurt like this. Your kiss is burning to my skin. Only love can hurt like this.
Context.
Could you hypnotize me to murder someone?
Absolutely.
And how long would that take?
40 minutes. If I can change context, I can get you to do anything. You're not thinking about killing me. It's not something that you would think about doing, but you can modify two different types of context. First context is it's a life or death scenario where you need to shoot somebody. The second context is you see that gun that you're holding as a water gun, something that's absolutely harmless. I've modified the context, so your permission in your brain of like, I can't kill this person, I'm not thinking about it, everything radically changes.
What's Andy? 3, 2, sleep. Relax, way back. Hi, Jennifer. 3, 2. Relax, way back. Okay, let's change. Let's kick it up a notch.
Okay, let's.
I want to ask them what they're experiencing. Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes.
Would you like to know what's going through their mind during the whole second? He's taking off the shoe. She's interrupting me. However, when I shake their hand, they won't be able to speak to me in English. They won't be able to speak at all in English. They'll only speak a language that does not exist. Okay? When I let go of their hand, they'll speak fine. No problem. But when I'm shaking the hand, they talk funny. By the way, Andy, when I ask you what your name is now Ron Burgundy. Whenever I ask you what your name is, you don't know why, but every time I ask you your name, you're Ron Burgundy. When I shake your hand, though, you talk in a funny language. Jennifer thinks it's hysterical, but yet it happens to her. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. Welcome back. Hi. How are you? Have any questions you want to ask them, or what's going on through their minds?
How you guys feeling?
I'm still pretty relaxed.
Good. Yeah.
Andy, thanks so much. By the way, how would you describe this to people listening and watching? How would you describe this?
It's really, it's good.
Okay, all right. Anyway, hi, how are you? And how do you spell your name for me?
Jane.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name earlier.
My name's Ron.
Ron, nice to meet you, Ron. I didn't catch your last name. What was your last name?
Burgundy.
Well, great. And how would you describe this?
This rapper is hypnotizing you through his music.
You were talking about how Uzi was satanic. Mm-hmm. The whole theory about the I just want to rock.
Yeah.
I just want to rock. Body out of ya. Shorty got that body out of ya.
I obviously noticed the cover. The cover, if you notice in the back,
it's like hell.
There's a portal and there's people falling into it. When he got interviewed, you know what he said? He said, "Oh yeah, it's hypnosis."
Body out of ya. It's in my brain. Do you know that? It's living rent free. I can't get it out. You did that.
Yeah, it's hypnosis.
That's... Fam, if you see the cover and what he did in the music video, he got all these people surrounding his car, just like the album cover. Guess what he did?
He put them in a trance.
This shit isn't actually... This shit, you're dancing with the devil, fam. That's... But I do this shit all the time. But I don't follow, you feel me, that devil.
See, that's the problem, right? Is because when we enjoy things too.
Not Doc, hey, this
backwards. I've actually taken the exact piece of tape that you just heard it off of, and I've reverse thread the machine, and I'm going to play that exact piece of tape backwards now. Okay? Just
Prove
to
that you've not doctored
I
it
have
in
not
any way.
doctored it in any way. Go ahead and start.
I heard something there.
All right, listen for I live with Satan, exactly. You might want to turn it up just a little out here on the floor. I live with Satan. Listen again. And then you'll hear there's power in Satan. Let's just go on.
There's power in Satan?
At all. I couldn't tell you the number one song today. I don't know.
And why is that?
It's because this, as a man of God, when I was listening to rap, rap influences is influential. Rap is like the number one influential thing in the world.
It is.
But what made me choose to stop listening to it, because as a man of God, I be trying to read the word or trying to do something, like just clean up or do something simple. And I have like some rap lyrics playing in my head. I'm like, dang, this is poisoning my mind. It's poison to the mind. Like literally it's poison. And I'm like, the things that's playing in my head is so against the word of God. So I can't be a man of God wanting to, live by the word, fully.
How many of you believe that bells have significant power? I mean, the old church bells. And why did we get rid of them? I believe bells can ward off demons. All right, let's dive in to this bell theory.
Notice how this baby reacts to sound frequencies. That's crazy. That's because the soundboard that they was using one of these solfeggio frequencies. But if you don't got a soundboard like that's
Think of the big bells that used to be all over the world, but they destroyed all of them after World War II. Why did they destroy all the bells after World War II? Because if you sit in a bell and someone hits it and it begins to resonate, you can begin to heal like that. Because sound frequency instantaneously heals the body. Similar to chanting. If you any sound effect will begin to instantly structure all the body at the same time. That's what used to happen in the cathedrals. They would ring the bells or they would play the pipe organs, and all of the cells in the body would instantaneously become structured, which would instantly heal them. But they had to get rid of the pipe organs, which are made from lead, which is interesting, and they had to get rid of the bells, because both of those can heal people. Now imagine if a bell of the size of the massive bells we were shown was ringing in a cathedral, okay? Now imagine the frequency that would come out of the cathedral into the town. You could heal the entire town instantaneously just by ringing the bell in the cathedral. They had to break all those bells. All the bells you ever look up. Just type in like bell in whatever country or city you're in, and notice how all the bells have a crack in them and they're broken. I wonder why that is.
They've been hiding this from you. During the 1900s, bells around the world were all collected and destroyed. Governments claimed it was due to the metal shortage during the world wars. However, it is believed that there is a much more sinister motive. Bells are powerful tools. They are not just signals that another hour has passed. These bells clear negative energy, raise vibrations, and connect us with higher realms. Fully aware of this, they were destroyed to suppress human awakening and maintain control over our collective consciousness. By eliminating these powerful instruments, society is forced to a lower vibrational state, and a further disconnect is made between us and the realms above. But it gets even deeper. In 1953, the standard frequency of music was intentionally adjusted from 432 Hz to 440 Hz. The 440 Hz frequency is considered disharmonious and disruptive to our energy fields, while the 432 Hz frequency is believed to align with the Earth's natural resonance, promoting healing and awakening. Without the sound of bells and the constant exposure to modern music, society is being kept at a lower vibrational state, resulting in our connection to the divine being weakened.
And that sound and that feeling, that is the frequency and vibrations. What the old world used so predominantly. And the true reason behind all the bells that magically disappeared. Or they tell us it was for ammunition for the wars. But many truths get lost in the fog of war. The healing and uplifting properties of bells have been used for generations. But it goes deeper than that, moving us from the true nature of this realm, making us all that much easier to control, question everything from.
So what are your thoughts on bells? Recently, I've been sensing a lot of negative energy, and that's because of my job. This is my work. I love this work. And that's why I can't post as much as I would like to, because the job is stressful. But one day, I will be operating on HFC completely. I do have plans to bring HFM, high frequency music, where we teach music and we come together and play together, make beautiful music together. And then high frequency motivation, where it motivates you to become, more in tune with yourself, so to speak, and to be more spiritually aware. Now, I'm going to show you some angels caught on, real live angels caught on camera. All right, let's go.
Su amor, para llegar puro y limpio a su mansión, seguiré a mi Jesús. Para cumplir aquella palabra que dice que el que creyere, como que una cobertura, no sé. Y como Dios delante de Dios, y esto se Mire, ve. Ay, mire. Mire como una ala. Tómale foto, no, tómale foto. Es que no puedo porque está en video. Mire, ve, mire cómo le mire con salto. Ay, sáltale. Con ay,
People, this is unbelievable. There was a man in the Dominican Republic in the woods praying, and all of a sudden a whole group of angels appeared, and these people that were walking by in the village, they saw him and they seen the angels and they're recording this. Look at this, amazing. Look how many of them there are there. It's crazy. Look. Now they're saying that they're angels. They could be angels. They could be light beings. But look how many of them. There's so many of them. Unbelievable. God is great, man. God is great. And this is in broad daylight. Wow, look at them stand up. Look how tall they are.
Se ve literalmente las figuras de hombre con el cuerpo resplandeciente. Mírenlo, por favor. Yo no sé si usted cree, pero yo creo fielmente en la manifestación de los ángeles. Mire, 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 mire. Mírenlos al fondo.
Look how tall they are. They're like at least 8, 9 feet tall. Some of them are short, some of them are tall. Look, you can see these over here are tall ones. And then these are shorter ones here.
A eso le llamamos teofanía. Teofanía, manifestación de un Dios en el mundo.
Oh my God.
Hay gente que no va a creer
My
a él,
Father.
pero creemos en la manifestación de los ángeles, en la revelación. Poderoso, señores, como
This is insane.
los ángeles visitan a estos hermanos en una montaña de República Dominicana. Así que ayúdenos a compartir este video si usted cree
And
en la
there's some AI Armageddon here. I want you to look at this AI Armageddon because we've discussed AI, right? Describing hell. Now, let's look at AI describing Armageddon. On next segment, we're going to discuss the Marine Kingdom. How many of you know what the Marine Kingdom is? We're also going to be diving into demonology, principalities, and more spiritual warfare. All of that is to come soon. As always, thank you for being here. Stay safe in these dark, deceptive times. HFC signing out. Peace.